US federal prosecutors have shut down digital payment system Liberal Reserve, sparking fears the growing cyber currency known as Bitcoin could be next. RT's Katie Pilbeam looks at the implications.
In the wake of the investigation into Liberty Reserve, Bitcoin is now under fire. The largest exchange of the digital currency is now requiring all accounts to be verified as the US piles pressure on the coin. So to get more insight into all of this, I'm now joined by Christopher Hartwell from the Institute of Emerging Markets. Hello to you. Now, Christopher, can you tell me, do you think that this demonstrates that the US feels threatened, that the US economy will no longer have the reserve currency? Do you feel there's a threat going on here?
Well, I think that the Federal Reserve isn't threatened so much by the loss of the dollar as a reserve currency because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going to bring down the dollar. I think they're more worried about alternatives to the US dollar being out there and that kind of undercutting US monetary policy. Actually taking away the anonymity of Bitcoin removes one of the arguments that governments have against it.
Right, but do you think that the whole point that people go towards the Bitcoin is because the trust of global central banks is it's dwindling?
I would agree with that entirely. I don't think there is. Global central banks are actually coming out and saying, we have a policy that is going to make your money worth less. So people are looking for these other channels to work towards. If they're anonymous, that just takes you further off the grid. But I don't think it's the only reason that people are attracted to Bitcoin and these other currencies. We've really kind of only just begun to tinker and experiment with the limits of this kind of free banking of alternative currencies. They're going to be more sophisticated. They're going to be different than Bitcoin, and they're going to be better and tougher to get into.